Alright, time to feed these hungry Steam Deck fans. They don't take no nonsense. Hello, viewers. Another beautiful day. Hope your five senses work, health and strength is good or excellent. What? Hello, viewers. Good morning. Anyway, we're talking about Helldiver here. Let's listen to this. Helldiver 2 on Steam can't be bought in 177 countries due to PSN link requirement. So, remember, and you see that you know what the Activision court case with Microsoft versus Sony really exposed Sony for who they really are. Remember all those fake. Remember that fake crime they were doing about Call of Duty, and they were trying to act like they didn't have shooters like SOCOM, Resistance, and Killzone. But then all of a sudden they just came out with Helldiver, huh? And so see, Sony was playing the victim during that Activision court case, and the FTC and then Europe was trying to help them. But now this even exposes them more. Anyway, says here, Helldiver 2 on Steam can't be bought in 177 countries due to PSN link requirement. You ever heard the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it? Alright. Let me close this up here. Close you. Close you. And close you. That's alright. Let's read this. It says here, Sony decision this week to require that Helldiver 2 PC players on Steam link their game to a PlayStation Network account is resulting in some major consequence. Valve has now removed the popular third-person sci-fi shooter from the developers Arrowhead Game Studios for the sale in 177 countries. So, and says here, Helldiver 2 is no longer purchasable in 177 countries where PSN is not available, but then it says in parentheses, but some are still available. Like Baltic. The game has now received 2,000. Get this, 215,000 negative reviews. Yeah, man. So yeah, Sony, I seen what you try to do. You were trying to. You want people to link their PlayStation Network. People that buy the game on Steam to link it to their PlayStation. To your PlayStation account, so you can increase your user base. See, when it comes to this gaming stuff, I do know this stuff. I just sit here and play around with it. But anyway, says here, the development was revealed by SteamDB on X, in an X, formerly Twitter. It's really Twitter. We don't know about no X. Anyway, post today. The reason is that gamers in those countries cannot currently sign into a PSN account, as Sony doesn't support the online gaming network in those locations. As we have reported earlier, new Helldiver 2 players will need to create a PSN account and link it to their Steam account to play the game starting on Monday, May 6th. And it says here, on Friday, Arrowhead Game Studio CEO Joanne Pilestead posted on their Twitter account that the developer is having discussion with our partners at PlayStation and trying to find a solution for this current problem. And says here, what he says in the moment of the tweet, what, you guys don't have you guys don't have phones? On a serious note, we're taking solutions with PlayStation, especially for non-PSN countries. Your voice has been heard, and I am doing everything I can to speak for the community, but I don't have the final. So I can get this. Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, folks. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Man, I haven't even played the game yet, and I'm still. It says. She says. But I don't have the final say. She says, in the moment to tweet, what? You guys don't have phones? And then she put a smiley face. And then she said, on the serious note, we are taking solutions with PlayStation, especially for non-PSN countries. Your voice has been heard, and I am doing everything I can speak for the community, but I don't have the final say. Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So anyway, let's keep going here. Says here, in the post on X today, he retweeted that they are having to talk with Sony about the problem. Your voice has been heard, and I am doing everything I can to speak to the community, but I don't have the final say. Pilestead also took some of the responsibility for this situation in a follow-up on Twitter, stating, "I don't." Says here, she says, "I do have a part to play. I am not blameless in all of this. It was my decision to disable accounts linking at launch so that players could play the game. I did not ensure players were aware of the requirement, and we didn't talk about it enough. We knew for about 6 months before the launch that it would be mandatory for an online PS title. Meanwhile, Helldiver 2 continues to get review bombed it on Steam page with players expressing their negative comments on PSN link requirement." And anything else on the gaming front here? Look, man. Yeah. See, you play. Yeah. Remember what happened to Starfield, huh? Okay. Now it's PlayStation's turn. Anyway, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. Look, the main reason why Sony is doing this, and even Microsoft. See, this is real gamers. We do in-depth studies on this stuff. We do real gamers. There's about a handful of us. But anyway, the reason why Sony and Microsoft is doing this is to increase their user base numbers. They want you to link. They want you to sign into their network and then play their game. But also, it's a way of you purchasing on a Xbox console or a PlayStation console, and that generates revenue and growth within their bases. Get it? You learned it here first, folks. Me. Anyway, let me stop playing here. Yeah, but that's what they're doing when they ask you to link to sign into their account. That's the main user of this. It would be like, say, like Microsoft bringing Sea of Thieves to PlayStation. Microsoft want the Xbox ecosystem to grow, so in order to play Sea of Thieves of PlayStation, they have to sign up to an Xbox account, and that will grow the Xbox user base. And the same thing with PlayStation now, when they putting their games on PC, it's a way of growing their user base on PlayStation. Get it? Okay. Now you're learning. Okay. Anyway, but other than that, man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should have never done this, though. You know, I mean, they should have never done this. You know, so now the Starfield fans, they can now the Starfield fans, they can laugh now, like, remember how you guys lied about Starfield? Now we can laugh at you. So anyway, but other than that, man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. They knew that they knew they was gonna get some backlash for this. They knew. So they're paying the price for it now. That's what they're doing. They're paying the price for it. Let's see if I got any comments here, so I can pick up anybody on the comments side here. So what we got? Any comments? I see 8. Oh, here we go. Now we're talking. We got 8 comments. And it's pretty big. Says here, PlayStation for players. And then another person here says, what do you say? He says, That's one way to make sure they have enough server capacity. Then another person here says, the Ghost said this. So I saw this article in the argument that the requirement will cause this to happen, which is a valid point, which is the reason this game shouldn't have ever been on sale in those regions. And then it says the requirement itself isn't all that annoying. Plenty of games on Steam requires accounts to other networks like Ubisoft, Xbox. It is the fact it was required, but still but still sold in regions where the requirement was impossible to satisfy. Yeah, they created this problem themselves. And another person here says, the annoyance level is subjective. Many PC players don't like the fact that they need anything more than Steam for their games. True. And it's also the argument that others do it is missing the main issue in the case. It says the other are upfront about their login requirements and don't hide it, or turn around and add it in months later, locking out who knows how many gamers in the process. And then he says here, this was a pure business move by Sony, forcing the devs to do it so they could pump up their MAUs numbers and look good on the books. See, this is why you come to my channel. I explained it to you already. It says here, if the split of players was mostly on the PS5 and not the PC, they might never make this amount of requirement. Never make this account requirement. And who else is this? Then somebody says, just because Microsoft, Ubisoft, and EA, somebody says, Dusto says this, just because Microsoft, Ubisoft, and EA does it, doesn't mean we'll like it. Sony, if you can't beat Microsoft, Ubisoft, and EA, join them. Anyway, somebody else there says, you fail to see that Microsoft account can be created with no problem. And then someone else here says, Sony looks at Microsoft playbook and described to go with, how can we make a media disaster while screwing over our customer chapter? And then Hugh said this, I have not played it and won't, but the devs knew it was a requirement but didn't launch with it. This is not a problem with Sony, it's a problem with the devs who agreed and disabled it at launch. Don't get me wrong, I am no Sony fan. I don't own a PlayStation or anything from them, really, but yeah, can't blame it on them if they agreed to publish and fund the game if it's incorporated their service. This is 100% on the devs, and they, I hope, are in some deep legal troubles for it. The game should be refunded, no questions asked, no restriction for those who paid for it and want one. That's all the comments. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why? You can't just blame the devs. The devs got the order from Sony. Blame Sony for this. Yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. So yeah. Helldivers in a pickle right now. Sony and the devs. Let's see here. Suicide Squad Killer Justice League don't look so bad after all. Who else I could think of? What's another game here? Redfall devs can take a sigh of relief. They can laugh at the Sony devs now. Trying to think who else. Yeah, I think that's it. But yeah, this was on Sony and the devs, man. Look, they want you to, if they put their games on PC, they want you to sign into their account so it could increase their user base. That's what this is. The same go with Microsoft. So this is all on Sony. Oh yeah, Bethesda don't look so bad after all either. Bethesda don't look so bad with Starfield. Now the Starfield fans can laugh at Sony. The Activision court case really exposed Sony. They were doing all this Crimea River nonsense. Look what they're doing now. But anyway, Other than that, yeah, this looks bad on them. So there's more to come out of this. There's 200 and how many comments we got here? According to the article, we got 200 and what was it 200? How many negative comments we got? 200. Was it 250? 215,000 negative comments. 2024, folks. Video games. Yeah. So all you PlayStation YouTubers, I want to see what y'all gonna say about this. But yeah, the Activision. This is just fallout from the Activision court case. That's all this is. This is exposing Sony. When Phil Spencer said Sony was blocking games from coming to Xbox, it exposed them. So now Sony can't hide. And remember the PlayStation fans, they lied about Starfield coming to PlayStation, and the Bethesda user base, Starfield user base dropped. So now the Starfield fans can laugh at Sony, and then what you call it? Suicide Squad fan base can laugh at Sony. Who else? And the Redfall player user base now can laugh at the PlayStation user base. They're no different, okay? They're just as greedy as EA and Ubisoft. So yeah. But other than that, man, yeah, 215,000 negative comments. Yeah. Xbox fans can laugh now. I've never played the game. I haven't even played the game yet. And yes, where's my Steam Deck is over there. But anyway, I haven't played the game yet, so we'll see what goes on with this. But I will keep you guys posted. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still Star Wars Star. Dark Side. Go. Peace.